Great. Okay. So I'm Vince, and this is Listings to Leads. And this is our rollout call for the Keller Williams Baltimore office. So, you've got a lot of tools at Keller Williams. We set up a lot of offices, and I've seen a lot of the technology. And I think from a national real estate company, you've got just a ton of great tools. And I don't want to sound like, you know, really cocky here, but we've got a lot of great tools that really complement what you have. And I think they work a lot better than what you have. So when you think about real estate advertising, you're going to see a lot of things that sound like tools you already have. But I guarantee you, they don't work like yours, and yours don't work like ours in terms of generating leads. And to express that, or to show you that, I'm going to show you something very new. This was just released. This is actually our email, and this is a signature toolbar. Now I know with Keller Williams, I've seen two or three different formats for signature toolbars, and they look great and they're glossy and your picture's there and that's awesome and people can call you. But ours actually have built-in lead generations, and what we do is, and in this case, these are links driving to the things that we want to talk about. For you, they might be driving to your website, right? They might be driving to a lead capture form that says, what is your home worth, right? That kind of thing. So this signature bar is inside all of your accounts right now, but you can control those links and have it go to where you want to go, right? So the reason why I'm starting there, which is a little bit backwards, is that there are a lot of things that realtors do. And we know this, and Scott, my partner, was a realtor, so he was a director of marketing for an office here. So he knows what people are looking at. And it's just, and what we do, I think philosophically, is we say, hey, if a realtor is going to do this, let's make sure they can generate some leads out of it. And that's why we exist. I'm going to log in here. You should all have your own ID and password. You probably don't want to log in right now, but if you really got to, I know realtors like to get distracted all day long. So I don't really recommend it, but I'm going to log into my account. And I think it's best if you watch what I'm doing. And if you have questions, you can ask and I'm happy to answer, right? So when we log in, there should be a pop-up page here, and unfortunately it's not here. And it has two calls. One is with Shannon Pyatt about Facebook, and it's a pop-up that pops up right here. I think I just logged in a bit ago, so it's not doing it. And another is with Neil Wolf. So when you get there, watch those two videos, because those are two really important kind of strategies of different tools. I am going to show them to you. But I want you to also see, this is the homepage when you log in, and I want to point out a couple of important things. Facebook advertising is probably one of the most exciting things going on in real estate right now, and everything you need to know, including the kinds of tools and how to run an ad, is right under this green button. We have an open house marketing platform, and if you have an open house, even if it's not your open house, you should definitely be using our tools, because you get a handful of tools to market before the listing, like e-flyers for agents, blog posts, Craigslist ads. And then you get tools to use during the listing, right? An online lead capture form that you can use at the open house. Then we've got a listing presentation here, which is pretty awesome because it talks about all the things that we do. It's coming from you, not from us. And then over here, online tutorials and the mastermind group. Now, I'm going to click this mastermind group. I would highly recommend to all of you to click this and join this group, because our clients come here and they share a lot of stuff that's going on. And this is where we share our new technology first. And I'd say on average, we add about one new tool every 2 weeks, sometimes more. But what you will notice is that agents will be talking about what's working here. And hey, we would really love it if we could have a tool like this. And boom, we will whip that out sometimes in a week, right? If we feel like it scales and it's going to apply for a bunch of people, we'll do it. We also have a lot of our agents put their ideas up here, which are actually working for them. They'll actually put their ad, so you can see what's working for other agents. And that's really key, so you don't have to learn this thing all by yourself, right? So that's the home page. And I'm going to kind of go in two directions here. There are core tools, and there are our Facebook advertising strategy. And since I hear Ty says we got a bunch of people, I think I'm going to kind of drive into both. So this is the listings page, okay? Up on the top left, this is the listings page. And I just want to skim over what's going on here, right? This button here, the blue one with the wrench and screwdriver, you can edit, right? You can put in new photos, you can change property description stuff. Most of this stuff comes in automatically from ListHub via KWS. And when that listing gets here, we start emailing tools to you. We email the single property website, the virtual tour. We send you a seller engagement email to show the seller all the great things you're going to be doing. And I'll show you what that looks like. We'll auto upload to YouTube. We will auto post to WordPress for you. Every listing, courtesy of you. Okay, your contact information and your lead generation links. Then you've got a way to post to Craigslist over here. And we definitely recommend that you post to Craigslist. I know Keller Williams had a culture of pounding Craigslist a few years back. And then Craigslist turned their website upside down, and 95% of the realtors at least walked away from Craigslist. And a lot of people from Keller Williams walked away from Craigslist. That being said, it is still the number 11th website in the country, so the consumers didn't go anywhere. Our clients are still posting. They are getting fewer leads with a higher conversion. So a lot less competition. There's a tool right there to put it there. I will show you what that looks like in a minute. I do want to point out this thing over here. There's some red, what do you call this? Acronyms. Active contingent, under deposit, just sold, active, coming soon. When it has this here, and you can control that by clicking the edit button. Sorry guys, I have a bit of cold. You can change all of these statuses right here, and inventory is tight in the country, across the country. So advertise the home as many times as you can, right? Start from coming soon as you can, if you can. Just listed, of course. Open house, price reduced, under contract, just sold. And there are a couple of reasons why you want to do that, and we're going to kind of walk through that. But before we go there, I'm going to show you, let's see here, a single property website. And you remember that statement I made right at the beginning? I said, hey, you do all kinds of things as your normal marketing efforts. We just do them with a focus on generating leads. This is a single property website. We have a virtual tour that looks almost identical to this, except there's a sliding virtual tour in the middle. We have a blog post that will have, look a lot like this. We have e-flyers or we have a Facebook campaign. And the point of all of our tools, when you're marketing a listing, the majority of people who see it online anywhere, Zillow, Trulia, Facebook, YouTube, if they see your home, the majority of people will not want your home, right? That's just how the way the world works. But if they clicked on it, that's because they have some remote interest in property. You just don't know exactly what, right? In this case, this home is in Maple Grove. So we can make some assumption that, wow, maybe Maple Grove is the important factor here. It's a home for sale in Maple Grove. So you want to have links that are call to actions. And you see on the left-hand side, I've got multiple links. I've got Maple Grove homes for sale. I've got Maple Grove homes under 500K. You want to pick a price point. If there's a place where people really shop and buy homes, have that. That gets a lot of people to click. If you got a great neighborhood like Abingdon, and everybody in Maple Grove wants to live in that area, make that a link. Of course, Search All Homes goes to your broader search page. And then what is your home worth? That's that's obvious. That's a property valuation kind of page. But when you click on a link like Maple Grove Homes for Sale, it takes it off of our clients, off of our tools, and it gets us into your website. It gets a consumer into your website. So a lot of agents, what I'm telling you right now, sounds cool, but they will never do it. They won't take any time. There'll be a couple of links. But the average client who does take a couple minutes, they get around a 20 to 30% click off of this into their website. Now, if you're still using the E-Edge market leader sites, that's awesome. We've been the top source of traffic for market leader at Keller Williams for a long time, because we're the only company with these links to get in here. And you may know this, these things have no SEO. So for somebody to find your website, It means you got to give them a business card and say, hey, go check out my website, right? So here, because people can click these, many people click these side links and get to your system, right? I know you may be moving to Playster. Same thing. Ideally, you got lead capture on your Playster site. Whatever site you have, it could be Boomtown, it could be Conversion. There are a ton of awesome sites out there. If they can take traffic and convert it to a lead, get people to take advantage of these links here. So just put a little thought on that, okay? So that leads us into all these tools right here, right? All those links I'm just talking about, they flow through all these tools. So before I get into all those tools, I'm going to go into the fun stuff, which is Facebook advertising, okay? And as I said, on our homepage, there is a button right there that says Facebook advertising. And if you click that button, you will see that the number 2 link says, this is how you place an ad in under 2 minutes. It will show you step-by-step how to run an ad. This is the number 1 kind of tool here that people want to use. What is your home worth? This video here shows you how to create it, okay? And then there's some tutorials on people who just are killing it on Facebook. And I recommend you watch it because I think, and I actually, you can see in our mastermind group, somebody just said, look, I just spent a bunch of money on Zillow and I have 10 leads. And I just spent a handful of dollars on Facebook and I have hundreds of leads. I think I'm going to be changing my marketing strategy. Just put that on this week. And that happens over and over and over. And that's why I'm going to dive into that first, okay? First of all, there's a section here that says landing pages. Click there and you see all these landing pages, right? So you could click under every one of these buttons. If I hover over these, I can see what my landing pages look like. And you can customize the back end pictures, growing family, empty nesters, property valuation, FSBOs, expireds. Landing pages are awesome because you can put them on a postcard, you can put them in a letter, you can put them on Facebook, and they do one thing, they get leads. They get people to fill out a form so that they can get more information, right? Your websites could be awesome, but there's so many links on those sites that people just get lost and you don't get what you're after. So if you're new to listings to leads and you're in Baltimore and you want landing pages under every one of these, this is how you do it. You see this box up here that says number 2, type in your farm. I'm going to just type in Baltimore. Okay? Just type in the city. Type in the neighborhood. If it's a golf course kind of resort, community, whatever, type it here. And click save. And when you click save, we'll wait a second. And while we're waiting, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. There's this little message that says we've created a series of pages for it. So what does that mean? That means that there is now, under every one of these buttons, a Baltimore page. Okay? I'm going to click on FSBO. At the bottom, where is it? Oh, that's great. Well, it should be there. Hopefully, that's a sad story. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Property valuation. Yeah, it's there. Maybe it's my eyes. But down here is a Baltimore page. C landing page. And this is the landing page, right? And it's got a generic picture. I don't think this looks like Baltimore. So you want to change that picture by going to the back and clicking edit. And then right here, you can upload a background picture. But let's just fill it out, right? Let's see what this does. Now, if I remember correctly, Market Leader used to sell a page like this to you for your website for $200 a month, right? Boomtown had this, Prime Seller has this, Home Value has this, Curator, Bold, bunch of companies with this kind of technology. You have unlimited landing pages like this in your account right now. So if you got 5 different areas to target that you want to build your business, you got them all right here in your account. And this is how it works, right? 1595 Huston Road. Yeah, okay. You put in your address and it says, great, please verify the information. And they show you a picture of your house. That's my house over there, right? And you say, yeah, that's right. 2-bedroom, yeah, that's right. I click this red button and it says, great, we have your valuation. What is your contact info? I can't get the valuation until I give you what you want, which is a lead. So you click that button And what happens is something should happen. Oh, there we go. We get dropped on the page, right? And this is evaluation here. I can also schedule an event to meet you. But at this point, a couple things happen. The consumer gets an auto response from you, the agent, right? Over here, you can see it. It's kind of popping up. I'll pull it up real quick. And it's an auto response from our system on you, coming from you, saying, hey, did you do any, I see you're thinking about selling. Have you made any improvements? Here's my contact information, right? You, on the flip side, as an agent, you get the lead and you get to find out what kind of valuation they have. And what you should do is just pick up the phone and call and say, hey, does that number sound right? Have you done anything to your property, right? Is there something different? So let's click here, back on my Baltimore one. And I won't go to my Baltimore one. I want to point out my Lafayette one. I live in Lafayette over here in California. And I want to point out the background picture, okay? Because that is actually one of the major parts of making people click is how relevant is that photograph. This is a reservoir in Lafayette in the center of town. Everybody walks their kids and their dogs and they jog and all that stuff. Pretty little spot, right? Everybody in Lafayette knows this. So if this ad is on Facebook or anywhere else, I am going to know this person knows my area. Now, Baltimore, I don't know what that is. You've got to know. There's a lot of picturesque stuff over there, but you want to make sure that this is resident of the area. And you also want to make sure that it is not a single house. For some reason, agents like to do that as well. Have them be pretty pictures. You'd be surprised that a brightly colored or a very beautiful photograph gets more clicks than an average photograph. It just happens that way. I will tell you this and then we'll move on. One of our clients up in the Summit, New Jersey area has a picture of the Summit Diner. It's a famous old kind of converted railroad car diner, like the Booths and the 1920s railroad car. That is the big background picture, Summit Diner. It's on Main Street. They get the most clicks for that because people know, like, hey, that's a local person. They know my area. So think of it when you're going to do this. And so what do we do with this? Why is Vince talking about Facebook? Copy the hyperlink at the top. Go over to Facebook. You need a business page. And there's a little blue button down here on the right. Go to create ads. Okay? Now, I am going to send this to you. And I'm going to send you some other tutorials. So if you don't see everything here, or you don't get this, you're going to have a recording of this, right? So you want to send people to your website. It gives you the objectives, send people to your website. It opens a little box, right click and paste in the hyperlink to our property valuation page. You see this Facebook pixels thing? Really cool stuff. I don't know how it works and I don't know how to do it. And I never train on it because you do not need to know how to do it to get leads. Okay? If you're super techie and you want to burn some hours, enjoy yourself. But all you need to do is click send people to your website and paste that link like I just did and click this button down here that says set audience and budget. So this may sound a little bit, you may know this stuff. And if you do, I apologize. But if you don't, you need to understand the power of Facebook. 71% of adults in the United States, not teenagers, but adults, are in Facebook. And if I type in Baltimore, Maryland, if that person is on Facebook and lives, in this case, it's saying 25 miles out, I'm going to say, no, you got to live in the current city because this is a Baltimore homepage. That means everybody in Baltimore is going to have a chance to see this. Now, since this one's about home value, I don't think there are many 18-year-olds that own a home in Baltimore, right? So I might say, let's just say 26, right? You can choose it there. There are other demographics. If you want to get fancy and say homeowners or this or that, you can do it. I don't really get into it. Most of our clients don't, but there is that there. And if you have time to experiment, knock yourself out. So you're able to target people here. You're also able to say, hey, within 10 miles. So maybe it's, maybe you've got an open house and you want everybody to see it. So maybe you'll say, not just in Baltimore, but 10 miles out, right? You can do that too. But this is a property valuation app, so I want you to understand how to do this correctly. Change this daily budget to a lifetime budget. I'll explain it to you. Make your budget 60 bucks, $60. Change the end date so that it ends on Monday and it starts on Friday. Okay, if you've never done this before, I recommend you start on the weekend. Most of our clients get more leads with this kind of strategy on the weekend. Then you can test out the week later on, but like you to get some base hits here fast, right? So and it tells you right here, 60 bucks. That's your total spend. It's going to reach on a daily basis between 3,000 and 8,000 people. So for 60 bucks, I don't know, somewhere north of 9,000 people are going to see that you are a realtor. Okay? And that's really the power, that speaks a lot to the power of Facebook advertising. Go to the bottom and click choose ad and creative, or choose ad creative. And there's a lot of stuff here. And for realtors, this stuff is really bad because you guys get distracted so fast. So please pay attention to what I am talking about. Do not look at these other things up here. Scroll down and look at this preview. And I want you to understand that this is the default language. Find out your value of Lafayette home now. Lafayette home values, right? Now, remember, we're going back and forth, Baltimore and stuff like that. So if I change this language here, I'm going to change this Lafayette home value to Baltimore home values. And when I do that, it changes it underneath on the bottom. We'll give it a second to do its thing here. So it says Baltimore home values. This language up here, it's just a placeholder. You got to do something with it. I'll give you a couple of ideas. A lot of folks will say, they'll put a picture of a different home and say, hey, this home sold 10% over asking. Click here to get your home value now. This home went under contract in 7 days. Click here to get your home value now. But just a simple message here, and I'm going to change it in this box. I'm going to say click here to get your online automated home value, I guess, in less than 15 seconds. This works for a lot of people. And it's pretty, I'm going to explain why. People don't really want to talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. But if you can tell them that they can get an answer online in 15 seconds, a lot of people will click that. And since you put the words in there that they're going to click it, that they got to click it to get this, they know exactly what they're getting, right? They know, like, if I want that, I got to click this. So it's not like you're just making it very clear, right? You're saying, I don't have to talk to you. It's just automated and online, and just go right here and click, okay? So a couple things down here are worth talking about. Desktop right column, remove it. It's a spot on Facebook. It's not really necessary. So I'm going to click remove the right column. Audience, I wouldn't worry about it. Mobile is interesting, and I want you to understand mobile. What happened here? Why is my... let's see. Well, mobile means that this shows up on smartphones. During the week, everybody's on a smartphone, right? I mean, and they're working, they're driving, they're in line for Starbucks. Probably half of you are looking at your smartphone, looking at Facebook right now, right? And so you don't want to be paying for those clicks because people like you sitting in a conference room are not going to sit and fill that out because they actually have to feign that they're paying attention to the meeting, right? So don't make mobile optimized during the week. On the weekend, that could be me playing on an iPad watching, football. So you might want to use mobile on the weekend. That's kind of how that works. Place the order here, and that's it. At the end of your ad, you will have a kind of a synopsis from Facebook. It'll tell you how many people were reached and how many people are clicked. You will know the leads from us because we'll be emailing them to you as they get there. And then you can go to your leads tab in your account. I want to point out one more thing here. This says it's sponsored by Listings to Leads, and that's because I'm with Listings to Leads. But this is going to be sponsored from your business page. And that's really key because as I mentioned earlier, for $60 in Baltimore, 10,000 people are going to see that, 9,000 people. And that is a very important piece. And I think the differentiator for listings to leads from all those other companies that have this kind of technology. Yes, we want you to put property valuation pages because you're going to get listing leads. Yes. But we also want you to build your brand. You don't need to do $20 a day, but maybe $5 a day, a few times a month, right? And that gets into the rest of the tools. So if we go over to the listings page, let's talk about the kind of tools that you want to do. I would think, you got to manage your own budget, of course, right? But put property valuation pages just the way I showed you, at least 2 weekends or at least 1 weekend a month, right? But you also got to build a brand. And as I mentioned, we've got things that are just sold over here on the left and active and under deposit and active contingent. And that's what you want to really let people know. I have a lot going on in real estate. I have homes coming soon. I have homes just sold, et cetera, et cetera. There are 2 tools that are the best tools to do this with. The single property website and the listing landing page. It's this blue button over here. It says listing landing page, single property website. So I'm going to click on this listing landing page and let's look at it. This listing landing page looks awesome. It's going to have a big picture, on Facebook. People click it, they go here, they got to fill out information to get the full single property website. And from a branding perspective, it's great for you because it looks really good and you want to change it up. So in this case, it says just sold, but it could have started as just listed, open house, price reduced, under contract, and you just keep marketing for a couple bucks a day. That builds your brand, right? So that when you put that bigger investment of property valuation for 20 bucks a day for the weekend, more people fill it out. And if you do this consistently, and we hear this time and time again from our clients, over time, the lead generation gets better and better because people are more used to, they know you're a realtor now. They've seen it time and time again. When you see our calls from Shannon Pyatt, from Melanie Banks, from Neil Wolf, or anybody talking about Facebook, they are doing what I just described to you, right? They're putting listing landing pages, or they're putting something like a single property website. And they put it up there for the smallest amount, right? And that could be something like $5 a day, right? Whatever is the smallest amount. They put it up there for 3 or 4 days, 5 days. If you got open houses, definitely do that. That's a lot of people are going to see it. But thousands of people see this throughout the month, and they start becoming buyer leads and they start becoming listing leads, right? These top clients that do this consistently, they are getting calls from people out of the blue that say, I see you all the time on Facebook and I need help. I'm trying to buy a home or I'm trying to sell a home. So people are getting listing leads out of the blue because they are building a brand on Facebook. And that's what I'm talking about here. Okay. So that's the cool stuff. Ty, are there any questions over there right now? I know I'm kind of yammering on here. So I'm going to take a sip of coffee and see if there's anything, because after this, we're going to go into the core tools. No? Okie dokie. So.
Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a lot, but it's a lot. But it's all the same. So once we do it for one listing, it's just repetitive for all the rest. Everybody good so far? All right, everybody's good so far.
Okay. So this part here is the core tool. So when you get a listing, what I'm talking about here is not advertising on Facebook. Yeah, some of it has to do with Facebook, but this is just free stuff, right? And it gets a ton of exposure, and it also gets a ton of leads. So I want you to understand this. So let's kind of jump back and let's talk again about this property in Maple Grove. And remember what I was saying, like these lead generation links. How do I get these links to my site? Okay. And how you do that is you go up to the top. This is a little bit of setup. You don't have to do this all the time. You kind of do it once. There's a tab that says lead links. And right here in section 1, it says create direct links to your website or landing pages, right? And so I have all my links right here. And I could actually create a new one. And if you're using a market leader site, I recommend you do it like this, there's a section called Community Served. I'm going to click on Buffalo. When I click on Buffalo, it brings me to like the great page, right? Here's all the homes for sale in Buffalo. Here's a little synopsis. Here's my number and picture. Copy this link, go back to listings to leads, paste it here where it says enter URL, and call it Buffalo Homes for Sale. If I check this box, it will make it a default link for all my listings. Okay, search all homes should be a default link for all your listings. That's the main search page. What is your home worth? I want that to be a default link for all my listings. I always want to get more listings, right? And then if I want to choose a city here, I don't have Baltimore here. But since I don't have Baltimore, I'll just go up here. It's not Baltimore, I'm sorry, Buffalo. If I type Buffalo up here, you probably won't need to do this. It will add that to my list. And the reason why you want to do this is that what this section right here does is the next time a listing comes into the town of Buffalo, it will automatically give it Buffalo Homes for Sale and point it to my Buffalo page. So you only need to set this up kind of once. My search all home is default for everything. What is your home worth? Default for everything. So it's going to have these 3 links on my stuff. You can build your links here and then go to listings, and there's a place to choose the links, right? Now, I'm going to send Ty an email when I get off the phone, and it's going to have this call on it, right, that we're talking about right now, and it's going to have the body of this message beneath it. And it says, for your new listings, choose the right lead generation links to your website, share your single property website to social media, get your branded virtual tour on KWLS, and get your Facebook flyers and your e-flyers out and call them to make sure that they're out there. So this is what you need to do with your listings. I'm going to show you what's automatically happening. Sorry, guys, but that's what you need to do, okay? So what am I yammering on about? Well, I talked about how we create links, but right here is where I choose them. I click the green button, I'll do it again, with a chain link on it. And this, I'm in a sync with account links because I just grabbed a link, I just created a link, so I want to make sure I have access to that. And there's my Buffalo Homes for Sale, right? Buffalo Homes. Yep. And I can save, and I can put them in the order that I want. Let's save this. And these, like I said, 20 to 30% of people click through that. I've also got offices that get a 50% click-through rate, okay? 1 out of 2 people click those links. And the way they do that is they take a few extra minutes and they build links with price points, because I think consumers think that way. So if it's Maple Grove, and I'm getting all kinds of tools automatically emailed to me because I just set up new links. So it's saying, okay, you got to market this. So I'm automatically getting tools in my mailbox to share. But if a home is in Maple Grove, for this one office, there's actually 10 offices in California, a lot of listings and a lot of agents. And they were putting links that said Maple Grove Homes for Sale, Maple Grove Homes from 1 to 300, Maple Grove Homes from 3 to 500, right? They did price breakouts, and because they made it so easy for a consumer, they got a 50% click-through rate across 10 companies, across the half of the state of California, which is phenomenal. I don't know of any industry in any technology in advertising that says, yeah, 1 out of 2 people will click and get off of your ad to your website. That was awesome. And so take the time to set up those links, right? Here, you can go here and click the next button, save your open house time. We send you a whole bunch of tools for your open house. Really great tools for generating leads. Then, back on my email, the next thing is it says, share your single property website. This is the single property website. Click the red button with the white house on it. And here it says open house. And share, the share buttons are down here, so share it right here. And all you got to do is click the button and it'll open up your Facebook, and you log and you just put in a social note. So a lot of realtors put all kinds of things on social media, right? But they usually just put a link and just say, there you go, right? Put something social and conversational in your message, right? Hey, here's a new home. We just got it and we're really excited, blah, blah, blah. Make that note conversational. And Facebook is the number one place for lead gen. Number two, Pinterest. It's a picture-oriented website, but we've got clients on LinkedIn and Google Plus and Twitter generating leads, just even listing leads. So since it only takes a second, I'm going to click LinkedIn and it shows me it again. It just takes you a couple of seconds to write a quick little note. Hey, here's an awesome home, bang, 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 post. We had a client in the mastermind group say, hey, we just got 3 listings from doing just that. So share the single property website, okay? When you're done with that, go to the next button and get your virtual tour. Click the red button, get the branded virtual tour. This is in the email, and copy the link. I'll click on the virtual tour just so you can see it. It has the same lead generation links. Put this inside of KWLS. They will syndicate it to, I don't even know how many sites it is anymore, but it's got lead generation built into it. So do that, okay? Let's go back. Now, we automatically send you the single property website and virtual tour. Like as soon as that listing hits this system, which it does automatically, we will email it to you. You can just share it right out of your email and copy and put it in KWLS right out of your email. We also auto upload to YouTube for you. You don't have to touch it. We go up there, number 3 website in the country, great for SEO, pretty lame for lead generation, but we do it because realtors ask. And since it is the number 3 website in the country, you should be able to speak to it. Now, we also set up a WordPress blog and we post every listing courtesy of you there with the hyperlinks that I keep yammering on about. We got a way to get to Craigslist. I'll show you that in a minute, but I want to slow down. Actually, I'll do Craigslist now because this is kind of, the other 2 things are kind of related. So when you click a Craigslist button, there's a video here that says click here to see how it works. And what it's going to tell you to do, notice my pointer is a pointer, and then when I hover over this, it turns into a cross. That means I can drag this. Hold on. I can drag this and drop it in my toolbar, like right there. And when you do, it shows you all of your listings. You just click this drop down, all your listings in your account right here. So you open up Craigslist and you copy and paste from there to there. Upload your photos on Craigslist and there you go. So let's talk about the e-flyers and the social media stuff right here. Now, you got e-flyers, right? And I don't think e-flyers are exciting to agents at all. But our e-flyers are great for a couple of reasons, okay? So let's click on the e-flyer for this open house and see why on earth I think they're so great. Open house flyer, click view. Now, when you set the open house, you're automatically going to get this flyer sent to you in your mailbox. And there's a couple things about it, right? You can have the stuff you want in it. You can have the links right to your website in the e-flyer. They work in all e-flyers. But the real issue of our e-flyers is we want for our agents to get referrals. We love online lead gen, and that's great, and we want more leads, and everybody gets happy with leads. But referrals are gold, right? And so how do you get referrals? I think most of you leave a stack of business cards once you've closed a transaction, and that's cool. But in our world, we know we can market the same home from coming soon to just listed to open house to virtual tour to under contract and price reduced and just sold. And every time we do it, our flyer has got a message automatically written from your client, the homeowner, to their friends talking about you, right? Dear friends, as you know, our home is for sale. Vince Meza at L2L Realty is having an open house. To get as many people as possible there, we'd ask you to share it. So when your client's friends start to share this or even look at it, they realize that they're working with you, right? And that's really a point of all this. Now, there's all these flyers, all the different things, all the different events that you can take advantage of. And I think you want to take advantage of it because when you get to the Facebook, and when you click the Facebook button, It looks the same. But let's look at the just sold. And I think you'll understand what's going on. You actually get an email that looks like this. And most of you don't know what on earth this is for. And let me explain it. You copy the consumer, your client, the homeowner, copies this and goes to their Facebook wall. Okay? And that's why in my email it says send them the flyer and paste in and send them the Facebook ad. We email it to you automatically. Forward it to your client and call the client and tell them, hey, I just sent you a couple tools. If you could put that on Facebook, that would be great. We want more eyeballs, this and that. But notice, this is a pre-written testimonial, right? Our home is sold. Vince Mays is awesome. And here's his phone number and email right on Facebook. If your clients are on Facebook, they've got 100, 200, 500 friends who they have worked with, who are related to them, or are just friends. And those people are the people you're hoping to get referrals from, right? So use these free tools. We send them to you automatically. Take advantage of them, right? Excuse me. We send them to you automatically. Just forward them on and make a phone call. Make sure they don't get stuck in their stuff there, in their spam filter. So just to repeat, choose the right lead generation links. Share your single property website to social media. Put your branded virtual tour in KWLS and get your auto-generated e-flyer and Facebook ads to your client and call them to make sure they forward and post the tools. Okay? After that, really handy little tutorial on Facebook. A lot of nuts and bolts. It's a lot more detail than what we're going into right now. But that's it. These tools, this single property website, this virtual tour, and these flyers all get emailed to you automatically. Okay? Like we email it to you. So read the instructions on them and take advantage of them. All right? That's it. You get a lot of exposure that way. Your clients are going to be very happy that way, and you're going to get a lot of leads like that. Okay? So I'm going to take another sip of coffee. I'm going to show you, I think, one more thing here. Two more things. But let me know if there are any questions about what we just went through just now.
Then the question was asked, is there a YouTube video that goes through specific lead gen tools from listing leads? There are. There's YouTube videos with just about everything you can do with the system, right?
Yeah, I mean, all these things have lead gen, except what was that about YouTube?
Are there video tutorials on YouTube for us to watch for specific tools?
Oh, yeah. So actually, if you click up in the tutorials up here, tutorials FAQ, you could do a search right here, right, on, I don't know, you could just type in Craigslist if you want. Type in whatever you want, and we'll show you all the articles on that, right? But that's right in the tutorials FAQ. I'm also going to send you 2 tutorials that I think are key to getting started and getting going. It's in the email that I've been pointing to. We also do live training every Monday and Tuesday. And I think if you're new to us and you want to really grow your business and take advantage of our system, get on a couple of live calls. There's a ton of tools in here. I cannot cover them all today, and you will not learn them all today, and you will not learn them all in one day. But get on a few of our calls. We're adding new tools all the time, and also we're hearing so much feedback from our clients that we are really sharing with everybody. Here are some new techniques for using the same tools. And to speak of that, I'm gonna go into this tool over here. It says listing website and widgets. And this is kind of like an old tool that we built, we liked it, but nobody got excited about it. Until a guy named Neil Wolf from the Keller Williams Naples office found this and decided, I'm gonna use this, okay? So you all have this in the listings website right here. And this top link, well, there's a client review website, which is really cool, except it flows through your Zillow reviews. So if you got reviews on Zillow, They will be right here in the middle. I'm not an agent on Zillow, so I don't have my own reviews, so I'm sorry for that. But agents with Zillow reviews, they absolutely love that page. But this page here is a listing website. And you can borrow listings. You can pull listings into your account. And this page is just totally lead generation designed for you, right? You got links here to your websites or your lead capture forms. You got a what is your home worth on the right. And every listing has its own single property website. You click on it, there's a single property website. What do we have? More lead gen, right? So you can grab listings. There's a button here that says grab active listing, pulls it into your account. It will be on this page. As I said, and I couldn't show it to you, there's a pop-up every day that you walk in, and on the top is this little video about a guy named Neil Wolf, okay? And Neil is a nice guy, but he's been in real estate for 3 years. So it's not like he's got a ton of referrals. He's not a big major heavy hitter. But man, that guy did something with this tool that blew me away. When I set up the Naples office in Keller Williams, I don't know, it's been a while. It's a year and a half. Within, I don't know, 3 months, their manager called me and said, this agent, Neil Wolf, is generating 50 leads a day by putting this tool on Craigslist. We want you to train on this so more people do it. So I'm going to show you what he did. You can see that this is the one that I have. You all have this page. He focused on these links on the left. Notice there's new construction. There's lease purchase option. This is a squeeze page. You can create your own. He built this right inside our platform in the landing page section. He's got another landing page here that says get pre-approved today, right? So all this stuff is here. What is your home worth is obvious what that is. All this stuff is here. This is one of our landing pages. He just snapped into there. And he takes this page and he puts it on Craigslist, okay? So not many people know this story at all. But I'm going to show it to you because, well, first of all, just the straight up numbers and lead gen is ridiculous. So I got to show it to you. This is where he operates, and he puts it in apartment and housing for rent. Okay, some of those homes on that page, on this page, are listings, and some of them are rentals. So you can see he's trying to capture all kinds of leads. But if you type in here, you go to the Fort Myers section, you type in the word Wolfpack. You will see that he puts a lot of leads here, or a lot of ads here, and they're apartments for rent. In this case, it's just his logo, but notice there's a Neil Knows Naples. That is really the key. These are homes that are for rent. He's just putting them on there. Sometimes he puts a picture, sometimes he doesn't, but it always says Neil Knows Naples, right? And you just keep going through it, and you realize this guy's all over the place. So what is Neil's Knows Naples about? He bought this as GoDaddy, and the point of it is that it's easy to type, right? It's just easy. I don't have to think. I'm not forcing anybody to think. They could just type in Neil Knows Naples. And when they do, what happens? It points people to this page, which you all have access to, right? You all have your own page like this. You can customize it any way you want. And in the beginning, when he was doing this, he was getting 50 leads a day. Now he's doing about 50 leads a week from this. And he's posting ads on Facebook like I showed you earlier on. So he's generating somewhere from 5 to 6 to 700 leads a month. He does have a budget for Facebook, but that's it. He's hammering Craigslist and Facebook with our tools. He's expanding his team. He's just going bananas over there. So that's a very cool tool on the listing section, listing website. This is the link right here. And as you can see, there's all kinds of other tools. Great, all kinds of stuff. The other thing is that I want to kind of jump into is the video center. So video, I don't know if you guys do video. Normally, a lot of people don't, but it's a great way to hold people's attention, right? And that's really the key to lead generation. Look at our single property website. There's all this lead gen, but if I'm just looking at a static pictures, that may not hold me, but there's a nice colorful video. Well, that could hold me. And I got a video here. It says drone video. So when I click it, it takes me to this nice drone video. If you have a video on YouTube, you can pull it into this account let me turn this noise off. Sorry. You can pull it into the account. You can pull it in at the listing level, or you can pull it in at the account level. And why you would want to do something at account level is if you close a transaction, if you help somebody buy a home or sell a home, and if you're one of those lucky people with a smartphone, whip out your smartphone and hold it horizontally and record a video of how nice it is to work with you and upload it to YouTube. Okay? And when you do that, you can take it into listings to leads. When it's on YouTube, and I'll show you how to do it, you go to the video center and you can create tab content on the left. And you can call it, I don't know, testimonial. Let's just put testimonial. You'll have something more, creative than that, I hope. Testimonial, and paste in your YouTube video, right? Paste the link right there. Then check this box and it says, associate that testimonial to all my listings and associate it with any new listings and save it. And that's how you get a testimonial throughout all your single property websites, all your virtual tours, all your e-flyers, and all your Facebook ads are gonna have a testimonial tab. If you've got a testimonial, I don't know how you're getting in front of people, but here is an awesome way to do that, okay? Also, some of you get these nice homes and you actually pay a professional photographer to do, a nice video of it, right? And, excuse me, you got a video like that, or I think somebody has you get these drone videos or whatever, click on the virtual tour button, and there it says import property video. And you can just paste in your YouTube video right there, right? And when you do that, you save it, it shows up right on the listing, this is St. Mary's. So, and it shows up right at the top. Now I did this earlier today, so let's see here, St. Mary's. I just grabbed a random video off of the internet, but you can see how it works. But this actually has more to do with, getting your bloatware off of the phone here. So but this could be a video of your home, right? Very easy to do. And because the consumer is now going to be fixated on this video and hang on a little bit, it gets you more opportunities to capture leads on the left-hand side, right? That's really the key, is we want to hold people just for a while so that you can get some leads. So everybody, that was a mouthful. That was there's a lot there. Are there any questions of things that I haven't answered that you'd like to talk about?
Landing pages, for example, let's say that's being for itself with void foreclosures, that's what's being reported to avoid in our area. So can we switch out the names of the landing pages that are already preset? So I don't think you can change the name of the actual landing page, but I know you can change the verbiage that would be on the landing page that the consumer would say. But the title, like on the blue box and listed leads, yeah.
I
don't think so.
Where is that? What are you talking about? So I can see where that is.
All right. So back to listings to leads, then go into landing pages. So one of the landing pages is a void foreclosure. A void is a term or a word that we're not supposed to use in this area. So he was asking if we could change the name of that landing page.
Yeah. Well, let's just click that real quickly. Let's see here. Avoid foreclosure. Yeah. So here we can't. On the right, here we can. But if you need to change that, send that to me, and we'll see what we can do. Give us a suggestion of what to put there.
All right. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we make changes. We make changes all the time for reasons like that, right? So just send that to me. Any other questions?
Can we get two accounts, for example, if we wanted to use this as a program, but then also use it as an agent who works as part of the team or works with somebody else, or, two different personalities. One is a client regular business and one is There's a graphic area where and you get two different accounts that are separate.
What? Can you repeat the question there, Ty? I couldn't quite hear it. It was a little bit.
Yeah. So the question in summation would be, let's say you have not to the personnel. What if you're a part of a team and you were going to brand the team, but you also wanted to brand yourself? Would you need two separate listings to leads accounts?
Yes.
I don't know how.
Yeah, you would.
So you have one that would be. Well, so with the multiple list, it's going to pull in whoever the listing is under in Maris. If it's under Chris Rayborn, you're going to have to. It's only going to pull in under Chris Rayborn's Maris.
Separately of agents and then one is a team. What will be by? You're just basically buying the name then, I guess. Or the email it goes to, or
or just the name. So you would log in as this Acme, but all of your because all of your listings in your team are under your MLS ID. So you would log in under your name, and all of your listings would be under you. But then each one of your agents have their own logins and listings leads because they need to use the open house. They want to run their own Facebook lead, landing pages, or if they want to advertise their own listings, they can actually pull in the listings from you themselves. And they can enter in their own listings. So if you don't, it's not even in the MLS, you could actually create a new listing thing, put all the information, pictures, and then advertise it out, even though it's not in the MLS.
Yeah.
I mean, and to do it today is take Facebook ads that have branding on it.
Yeah.
And so what if you wanted them branded by, team name or individual name instead? You don't have to have a second account.
So if you were going to, specifically Facebook, you would have to, you can only create an ad under your business account, your business Facebook page. So it would be Chris Rayborn, Realtor, would be who was advertising it, but then, So it was just, so you used to create the ad under that. Okay, so that's actually, that's perfect, good question. So, question is, thinking about Facebook advertising. Let's say we want to do a property valuation site, and we want to run it under our name, Ty Godwin Realtor Facebook page. But then I also have a Facebook group that I run that's hyper-local, just my neighborhood, and I want it to come from my neighborhood's name, my other Facebook group that I run. How would that look? Using the same landing page, but just I have it branded twice.
Well, you're gonna have to run. First of all, we're just gonna go to create an ad. You have to do. What you're saying is, I manage multiple pages on Facebook, and I want to run the same tool, but on different pages, right?
Right, with different names.
With different names, yeah. That is controlled on Facebook. That's not controlled through us, but I am going to show you what that looks like, okay?
Okay.
Which managers.
Yeah. But then the website would say.
The website is branded. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So we understand how to do it on Facebook then.
Okay.
The question would be the link that the consumer would click on in Facebook. That would take them back to Ty Godwin Realtor page. But she's wondering if she could make the page say, Baltimore Network Homes for Sale. Or whatever.
Yeah. So you're gonna that kind of relates to team accounts, right? And you're kind of saying, I want to market it as me, and then I want to market it as a team. So there's a couple of concepts here. Right now, I'm in the back end of your office account, and there are no listings. And after this call, I'm going to turn on a switch, and tonight we're going to sweep all the listings in, and all these tools are going to start flowing to you. But let's just talk about a team, and you can see two names up here, Zach and Winter. Now, if they're on one team, we can move all the listings into one of those agents. We cannot copy. We can't make two copies of the same listing. We're just going to say, hey, we're going to market everything through Zach's, and then all the listings are automatically going to go through Zach's, and we're going to change Zach's account name to the Zach Winter team, right? So you kind of need to have an extra account for your team, but it gets kind of weird in terms of managing listings through it, because Winter won't have his own listings in his own account if he's sweeping them to Zach automatically. You can use the Grab Active Listing button, assuming your listings are on Trulia. Okay? because then you can pull it off of Trulia into your account or into your team account.
Got it.
Okay, so it's a matter of mine.
Yeah, so we'd have to just get a second account and create a team account.
Yes.
That's all.
That's what I think.
Perfect. I think we have room to do that, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Mondays and Tuesdays are the trainings.
It's the live calls are just Mondays, right?
Mondays and Tuesdays. If you watch our mastermind group, Scott does them sometimes on Wednesdays and Thursdays too, especially for new tools. He'll talk about, he'll just put it up on the mastermind group like, hey, we're going to do a call at 11 o'clock. So.
So it's maybe 11 o'clock.
Yeah, usually our training calls are 11 or 12 o'clock Pacific.
Okay. All right, Vince, I think we're good. We're going to have lunch, and I'm going to show them what I've done so far, and then if I have any questions I can't answer, I'll call you.
Awesome. I'm around. Thanks a lot. Thanks, everybody, for your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.